someone hold us the mic?
Go ahead. Gotcha.
This is Avotcja.
Running on Negro Standard Time. I got stopped by somebody who wanted to do a strange thing, hire a nice 77-year-old musician. So I had to take care of that business. But thank you so much for being here. I love this thing every year, and I usually hear from the very first poem to the end, so I apologize. I have two poems for you today. One is to talk about migrations. This first one is from, they're both from my book. It's called Elixir of Nzinga. And I'm sure that a lot of you folks already know the story of the two Nzingas, but just in case you don't, it's a library. Do your homework. But it's called Elixir of Nzinga because I believe that black women's tears, we start crying in some serious trouble. We do not play. So that's basically what this is talking about, black women's tears and migrations. Army sailed oceans riding inside the indescribable waves of my uncontrollable tears, my tears. Transplanted African tears, the spice that put the soul in soul food, the inescapable key, our spiritual fuel, the diet that fired up Chief Osceola, caused the Seminole Wars, legalized slave trade, and stealing his wife was the real reason. Stealing his soulmate, his woman, it was the final straw. It was my tears. My tears fed hundreds of invisible conductors on the ever-moving Underground Railroad, from quiet Quakers to the loud fervor of John Brown, to the proud, invincible determination of that beautiful, no-quitting Sister Harriet Tubman. My African tears fed on ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, swallowed and digested and converted all that pain, that terrible weight, that inhumane burden, that hole in the soul, the secret of our heat and our cool when society's stone cold. Strong healing waters in Nzinga's elixir, stronger than dread, put a damp on the handcuffs of fear and cleanse and freed our hearts and fed our souls from Suriname to Trinidad to Curaçao. There ain't no stopping us now, Mississippi. Fuel Jamaica's Granny Nanny, El Negro Palucho in Argentina, Colombia's Bego Viejo and Palenque, and Haiti's Toussaint Louverture. We swam through hell on that ocean of tears at times, the sorrow so loud. Even the night screamed and the clouds cried and the rain fell down from the sky red with blood. These tears have irrigated millions of acres of cotton, coffee, juca, breadfruit, and sugarcane. They seasoned your grandma's green, Titi's finger-licking lechon, and Uncle Lalo's current shrimp. They are in the sweet taste of flan and callaloo and every piece of coconut bread and all the meat that you eat. These tears have followed you from the favelas in Brazil to Haiti's Dalalas, fertilized the anger hidden behind the tired smiles in every after-hour juke joint and Cantinas del Solar, and Bob Marley's mysticism, and Estela Nico's so-called discoveries and Beethoven's remarkable symphonies like Bomba Orequeña of Don Rafael Cepeda and the deceptive revelry of Batucada and Mardi Gras. Ain't no secret, David Walker, Don Dada, and Zumbia Palomadas got drunk on my tears. It was my tears that quenched the furious thirst of Nat Turner and put the power behind all those funny jokes. Comedy, a costume, a disguise, a clever shield, the acceptable watery mask of Mom's Mabley and Richard Pryor, and Nzinga's elixir. A transplanted medicine, a metaphysical ladder. These tears filled our souls, lubricated the throats of Marcus Garvey and Fannie Lou Hamer, energized the creative will of Arturo Schoenberg, and the Schoenberg Museum grew up on the hard-earned root, on the foundation of historical bricks formed by years of tears and Nzinga's elixir, our tears, our sacred tears. Wherever we go, we have taken you with us each and every day. Every stitch of my clothes is wet with my crying for you. You are my soul food. You are our soul food, our soul food, the key to our mystique. You are our fuel, Africa. You have covered the whole world swimming in our tears, singing and dancing and praying and laughing in our tears. But I wonder, Mama Africa, Mama Africa, have you ever, do you ever, will you ever cry for us? Sometimes. I said, sometimes I feel like I was just a motherless child long way from And folks suffering under delusions of the mythologies that they put up about this neighborhood that you're in right now, this was a really special area. This was Shangri-La on the West Coast. And where it looks like a bomb hit it now on 7th Street in a 3-block radius. They had 7 clubs that had international superstars, including Billie Holiday, Mogo Santa Maria, let's see, who else was there? Billie Holiday, I mentioned already, Joe Williams, the jazz singing Joe Williams, and every blues musician you can possibly imagine was right there on 7th Street. A lot of the blues tunes that became super songs were written right there on 7th Street, and you don't even know that. But do your homework. And I wrote this when I first came to the West Coast, a gentleman that you all should know about, studied about him in the library, I'm sure. L.C. Good Rocky Robinson sort of took me by default under his wing, meaning that I literally hijacked him. And I had never seen or heard anything like him. And I followed him everywhere for years. I'm surprised his lady didn't beat me upside the head. He was not only one of the greatest musicians that's ever lived, he was also a wonderful storyteller and a historian. And he taught me about West Oakland, where I now live. And so everything that I know about West Oakland and the Oakland blues scene and the West Coast blues scene, you can attribute to him, L.C. Good Rocky Robinson. He only made 2 records, 2 CDs. They're still available. Holy records. Do yourself a favor again. So it's without my band. If you ever get a chance, I have an 8-piece band called Avotcja, which means gratitude. And if you get a chance to hear us do it, we play some nasty blues, among other things. And so I want you to imagine you're hearing some nasty, gut-bucking Delta blues underneath this. I want to take you to West Oakland like it was, and like I hope it comes back to be. They came on foot by car, riding hope on horseback, by train on the plane. They came wearing faith, pockets full of dreams, running from cotton fields and chopping cane. They came running. Knowing better was waiting, carrying their whole lives in paper bags, carrying toys on their back, sacks full of tall tales and blues songs for home they knew they'd always miss but swore they'd never go back to. They came by ship, discharged, scars, wounds no time could heal, released from military hospitals on West Coast shores they'd never even seen. Battle fatigue. Confused, feeling used, and they came in droves from the war, shell-shocked and tired, looking for a home, and when they didn't find it, they built it. On any night in West Oakland, you might run into migrant workers straight out the cotton fields of Georgia, strutting their stuff and partying and bumping and grinding alongside armies of ditch diggers, tradespeople and unemployed PhDs who were never told they were unemployable. Saints and sinners from Texas and Mississippi, from Arkansas, Virginia, Maryland, the Carolinas, and even the West Indies, all dancing away their rage and sadness, hidden behind memories of clouds of cotton and buried beneath too many mounds of sugar cane and tobacco leaves, a frustrated fury gladly forgotten left behind the rotting, deserted plantation fields, and you could hear the relief in the clubs as Big Mama Thorne took a crown and gave Oakland everything. Everything. Woman gave us everything. Everything she wasn't allowed to give in herself. Johnny Hooker brought the boogie out the Delta, and Bob Gettins, Ivy Jo Hunter, and Charles Brown gave us smooth. You could go right down the street and get yourself some of Beverly Stonewall, Sonny Rhodes, Jimmy McCracken, J.J. Malone, or the sophisticated sweetness of Jimmy Witherspoon, or the raw passion in L.C. Good Rocky Robinson's blues violin, or get your insides ripped out and put back together again as Eddie James and Sugar Pie DeSanto tore the roof off the house. The blues did not just slip into the Bay Area. It was like a cloud burst. The blues came in waves, powerful waves, waves as subtle as a tidal wave and as painlessly as a pregnant woman in hard labor. The blues came in oversized, raggedy overalls, sometimes sported in evening gowns and 3-piece suits. They came furious, luxurious, jubilant, overworked, and underpaid, running from the clan, holding on to everything they had, while others just looked for something to hold on to. The blues came west looking for freedom land, LA, Sacramento, and San Francisco, in that big city thing. Folks rocked in Russell City. Vallejo had its scene. Richmond had a kind of smooth, Chi-town sounding thing, but if you wanted a gut-wrenching, soul-taking down home, you know, the kind of church in your mama but worried about the kind of blues that made your hair stand on end and snatched you out of chairs and made you shout, jump back a fool and dance that good old makes you want to holler kind of blues. Oakland, the blues mecca of the West Coast. Seemed as wild and sophisticated as you were. Every place, a different personality. Every night was party night. You could romance and grind and whine and cry about everything you didn't have or what you didn't have, or brag or be loud and proud and show up everything you wanted to be and everything you wanted to do and talk about everything you wanted to be at Slim Jenkins Club, Esther's Orange Groove, Eli's Mile High. Every night an exorcism where another demon was put to rest where you would be free to be real or be downright nasty. And to show your stuff to you or what the sweat at the rum, Boogie Christie's Grill, the Palladium Club, and all the nameless hit around the clock juke joints and the blues came down like rain and fell down on everything, fell down on Oakland where blues was king. Then they came. I said they came and knocked down the cafes, they came and tore up 7th Street, they closed the clubs, they promised jobs and schools for a lift and saved, then they took the hood and left the wasteland full of restless spirits, ghosts running loose with plenty of reasons to sing the blues. But when everyone else goes to sleep, you can still hear them. J.C. Burris, Dolly Ivory, Z.Z. Hill, Mississippi Johnny Waters, hear them singing their sounds written all over every building. It seeps up out of the ground, you walk on it and shores. Little Johnny Taylor, Johnny Horseman, Percy Mayfield, listen, they tried to free you, they tried to heal you with their blues so strong, even Willie Bobo was singing They'll Go Back to Georgia. Buddy Ace, Little Willie John, and Cool Papa Sadler, Brownie McGee, Lady Martin, and Roland Folsom, they'll always be here. They refuse to disappear, nothing can stop it, gentrifiers can't block it. The same folks that danced through the blues scenes and the mambo sessions and back again at the California Hotel, now run to Dorsey's Lockup, Bluesville, Sweet Jimmy's, and the Fifth Amendment. The same people and their children are bringing in the new. Queen Ida came two-stepping out the bayou, leaving the Zydeco Parade, and Sugar Pie DeSanto and Johnny Hook and never roll, and still right on top of our totem pole. There's Lady Bianca and Jesse James, Easton Scott, Alphon, Sister Monica, Bobby Webb, and Gwen Avery, Little Frankie Lee, and Billy Dunn, Wiley Trash, Faye Carroll, Willie G, Frankie Kelly, and Johnny Talbot, Ronnie Stewart lead the caravan on All Stars into tomorrow, and in the air we breathe, and it just keeps on coming and 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 coming, and nothing and nobody can stop it. Other folks can keep their big heads stuck way up in the clouds, but when it all comes back down to earth, the prize is ours, and it's on you, and it's still coming down, Old Town Blues. The fourth Saturday of every month. In fact, several people you've heard today have been part of it. It's at the Cecil Chavez Library, right there at the Fruitvale Bar Station. Please come and check us out with 3 to 5. And keep supporting the Word. Some people are trying to say that the Word is not important, that books are going to disappear. They won't disappear if you don't let them. So please make sure you pay a big, heavy price to read and write in these books. So please, and as my friend Dee said earlier, every day is Black History Day. Every day, every single moment is a day to celebrate African history wherever we happen to be. Thank you.
All right.